Namaste and greetings. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Healing the Planet from Within. My name is Santosha, and today I wanted to go through the practice of yoga and explain what yoga actually is instead of just a watered down version of yoga that we often see in the Western world. So I am standing here right now in Rishikesh in India at the yoga school where I was first trained as a yoga teacher in Kundalini Yoga in 2019. Now the school has changed name and location since then, but the people are the same and absolutely beautiful. So it's such a blessing to be here again a few years later. And in fact, it feels like family. It feels like visiting family. So, okay, so as I've talked about in other videos on YouTube, is that there's the watered down version of Reiki in the world. There's also a watered down version of yoga. So I wanted to explore this a little bit because a lot of people think that they are doing yoga when they're in tight yoga pants and they've got a yoga mat and they're putting themselves in different postures. This is the watered down version of yoga, just as much as, you know, putting your hands on someone and thinking you can heal them is the watered down version of Reiki. There's so much more to these practices that we're missing out on. And I think it's important to be aware of this because the whole practice really deepens your personal development, your self-improvement, and your spiritual development journey, which is what my whole channel is about, healing the planet from within. And in fact, I've even got an upcoming podcast called Become the Healer, where I talk about all healing techniques, from ancient healing techniques, scientific evidence about what actually makes healing possible, going into the different techniques. I'm so excited to release this podcast. It's coming soon. So if you're watching this video now, go to my website, Healing the Planet from Within, and see if the podcast has been released. And then you can start watching it and join our community of Become the Healer, Healing the Planet from Within. Okay, so where are we going with this today? Well, I wrote a few things on the board to guide my thought processes as I'm talking about this. It's quite an in-depth topic. For me, I'm hugely passionate about it because when I first learned about this, like I said, it was 2019 in Rishikesh. I was a seeker. I was seeking ways to deepen my meditation, my spiritual practices. I was seeking ways to deepen, right? And I ended up here at the school where Bhaveshji was actually talking about the 8 limbs of Patanjali. And here it is. Like, this is super cool, super amazing, absolutely loving it. And this is the path to enlightenment. Now, he told it like a story, so everyone was on the edge of their seat waiting for the new information coming. And for me, it was this light bulb moment going, what I'm looking for, there's a path to it. And it's been written in a book, in ancient scriptures, the Yoga Sutras. Patanjali actually wrote them, 8 limbs of Patanjali, and it's a pathway to enlightenment. This is comprehensive yoga. The asanas we do of yoga are just part of this. You can see there's asanas here. It's just a part of the whole system of yoga, what they say here in India, yoga, okay? So first we start with the yamas. The yamas are how we treat others, how we react with the world outside of us. And that includes nonviolence. So in that umbrella of nonviolence, we have got kindness, respect, being gentle, being gentle, respectful, kind, caring, these kind of things is nonviolence, but also the other side of nonviolence, obviously not hurting, not harming, this kind of thing, yeah? Okay, and then we have truthfulness. Truthfulness is really, it's not just so much about being truthful to the other person, but when you're truthful to the other person, to other people, when you remain in your own truth and you speak your truth, it makes your energies a lot smoother, softer, if you like, and a lot less cluttered and confused. So that helps you align your energies to the path of a better living, basically, this truthfulness here. It's amazing how it all fits in together. It's just so amazing. Not stealing. Of course, when you steal, when you take, what energetic vibration comes after that? There's usually the fear, paranoia, guilt, worry, shame, these kind of things. Then you've got a lower energy vibration you're carrying around because, oops, I stole that like cookie from my mom's cupboard kind of thing or whatever. You've got this energy, which is, again, negative karma that you carry around in your baggage and as baggage and burdens in your energetic vibration. Now, I'm an energy healer, so I can see this in people. And when I talk about this on my podcast, then you'll know, yes, okay, wow, I can actually understand how I gather negative energy and how I can start raising my level of vibration. I'm super excited to share this with you and for you to come on this journey with me. Look, I apologize for the noise around. If you're hearing the construction, there's actually a building being built there, and it's just crazy noise at the moment. But let's continue, shall we? Because I think the knowledge is super fascinating. Okay. And we've also got moderation, and in many concepts, in many contexts, this is related to celibacy, but it depends on your level of spiritual development. If you're brahmacharya, yes, you're celibate, you're in the celibacy journey. If you're working towards that, you might be in moderation and not sleeping with everybody, this kind of thing, or thinking, or porn. And because again, the more you get into that overly much, obviously, it's going to change your energetic vibration, throw it off, right? And in order to move towards better living, you got to keep everything aligned. And things, I wrote down things, it's related to possessiveness or having an overabundance of things, right? You got a house, you got a car, you got to keep working towards getting the new TV, you got to keep working towards getting the new phone, you got to keep working towards this, then go on holidays, then keep working towards these things. Where's the mind? Where is your mind in all that? It's in the outside world about how to accumulate what you're lacking, what you need. It's not focused on spirituality, on spiritual development, on self-improvement, right? So again, yamas is how you interact with the world. Now, niyamas is all about you. It's all about you. We've got cleanliness. Now, cleanliness includes physical cleanliness, your surroundings cleanliness, but also this cleanliness in your mind, the thought patterns in your mind, and your emotions. It's a whole broad perspective there. And to think about that, if you're focused on doing that every day, and that's the reason why in yoga teaching training, we actually have certain cleansing practices that we're taught, like using the neti pot and doing this, what's the name of this one that I do sometimes? This Valman, where you're actually cleansing with salt water. There's different types of cleansing practices that go deep, like yogi style, okay? So that's a different thing. Being content, this is called Santosha, which is actually the name I have right now. I've changed my name to Santosha. This is a few years ago, but right now it's actually legal. So contentment, feeling content in life, peace and contentment, and working towards how can I remain content in my life? What throws me off that contentment? And then how can I put myself back on that road of contentment? And I think this is super important to remain focused on because, like for instance, if there is someone creating drama or trauma in your life, or you've got patterns, you can work towards changing the thoughts, emotions, and belief patterns in order to increase your level of contentment. That's a really satisfying thing to work towards. I can tell you right now, it's way better than living in chaos and drama. And then we've got discipline. Discipline is about tapas. It's about spiritual focuses, reading spiritual books, doing meditation, spiritual practices. You might even think about doing puja or doing chakra clearing or using crystals, this type of thing. It's about discipline. And for me, this is what that means, yeah? This is I don't use crystals, I gotta say that. I do my own chakra clearing. I do inner child healing. I'm focused on all the different levels of healing, working on clearing old karma and things like this. So self-study is another one. Self-study is my favorite thing in the entire world, I would have to say, because I even wrote a book about it. My book, Healing the Planet from Within, encourages everyone to do self-study in thoughts and core beliefs and emotions. because I know that when we're actually looking at these things, we can see what we're carrying in these patterns, energetic patterns, so we can change them. If you're not doing the self-study, you're not changing it, you can't improve your life. So that's one of my favorite things, and one of the things that I teach first and foremost in my podcast and in my program, my course, Integrated Healing, is how to do that self-study on a deeper level, right? Really deepening this. And of course, surrender to a higher power is part of the niyamas. And that, again, is a mindset shift. It is a mindset shift. If you're not focused on a higher power, then you're usually centered on ego or self-centeredness. And I mean, there's a lot more to it than that, but it really makes a huge difference to put your mind on a higher power, however you name it. That's up to you, right? Okay, so that's yamas and niyamas. I didn't use the actual name that they use here in India, but I want to give you the whole overall perspective of what that looks like to you in your life and how you can steer your life. So that's where we start with the yamas and niyamas, right? This is quite easy to do, but it clears your energetic vibration so you can take your life forward, you can improve your life, right? Getting on this journey is a process of happiness. It's worth it, totally worth it. Okay, and then, so that's 1, 2, there's eight limbs of potentially. 1, 2, I wrote them all over the board. This is my way. Asanas and then pranayama. Asanas, of course, we know asanas. There's different asanas. When we're doing asanas, it helps to relieve mental tension, emotional tension. It clears the meridian system. It improves the functioning of the organs, and overall keeps your body pretty darn healthy. So it's worthwhile getting into asanas. Even slowly, you don't have to do set asanas. You can do your own version of intuitive yoga if you like. So you're just doing the postures according to what you think your body needs right now, and then slowly, well, see if you can find another one. You don't have to push yourself through them. Pranayama is about breath control. There's a lot of different techniques for breath control. The breath itself is a way of focusing the mind and emotions. When we're doing, like I'm currently staying at the Kriya Yoga ashram, and when we're doing Kriya Yoga, we have a particular breath. I think it's Ujjayi breath, what I've learned here is the name of it. And it's a deeper breathing. And what it does is it focuses the mind on the task for the Kriya Yoga meditation, right? So pranayama is useful for focusing the mind, steering the mind in a direction you want it to go. And then we got pratyahara. Now, pratyahara is so much fun, withdrawing all the senses. And I did this a long, long time ago when I was learning Qigong. It's the same practice in Qigong. It's amazing how you can see all these practices across all cultures and all healing modalities. It's the same thing, and we've just named it from different perspectives. It just blows my mind how similar everything is. Pratyahara, withdrawal of the senses. In Qigong, I learned this, oh boy, 1996. It was 5 animals play Qigong, and there's a set instructions in order to start off the Qigong set. And first of all, one of the things that we say is, everything I listen to, everything I hear from my dantian. Everything I see from my dantian. Everything I speak or think, I do from my dantian. Withdrawing all the senses and only have the focus here. So when you're doing a meditation, for instance, you're starting a meditation practice, you can withdraw all your senses. You can say, and I actually have a YouTube video, a meditation video on this. You can go and watch this one. I take you step by step through the 7 ones. I don't know, I randomly downloaded this meditation when I was creating my course at the time. I think it's my course, Mysteries of a Modern Mystic. And it step by step takes you away from your senses. Think about your thoughts for a minute, and then bring your thoughts, your awareness to your emotions, and then the sounds and the smells and everything, and slowly integrate and withdraw. And suddenly you're in a meditative state. Ooh, it's so much fun. It's so easy. You can go and listen to that on YouTube. Go and find it. 7 Steps to Meditation, I think it is. I'll put the link down below for you as well. And then we have Dharana. This is Dhyana. This is Dharana. Dharana is the single focus, the concentration. I'm not so good at words and speaking things like this because I just know the practice. I'm more into the practice than naming the things. You'll notice that about me. I like the practice rather than the name. So dharana, concentration, single pointed focus. You can practice this. Imagine yourself for a moment staring at the candle flame, which is like this far away, like, an arm's length away, and you're staring on that, and all you can see is the candle flame. And the more you do this, well, this is called Tratika, the practice of Tratika, which is the process of clearing the third eye. It's a really cool technique. Also helps with clearing the eyes, which is something I need to be working on. So you're focusing on that, and if everything else around you disappears, you've got a single pointed focus, right? It's there. Woof. So a thought comes into your mind, well, you let it go. You don't focus on the thought because you're focusing here. And so the thoughts come and go, but your focus is still here. This is dharana. It goes deeper than that, though. So when you start practicing that, it starts to go deeper. And then finally, you go into dhyana, which is feeling like you're one with everything. You're kind of absorbed in anything. You're kind of starting to be less aware of the world around you. You're more into this heightened state of being. It just feels like pure bliss, like, wow, like you're floating in a cloud kind of thing. So the more, and these, they say, when you start to focus on these two come naturally. You don't have to try for them. They're saying you just focus on all of these, and you've got your meditation practice happening. This and this will come. That's all it is. This is the 8 limbs of Patanjali. This is yoga. So in the Western world, the only part of yoga we know is the asanas. The asanas are those yoga postures. That's all people practice in the Western world. They're not focused on the whole practice of yoga. And it's very well known here with the yoga teachers. I remember the yoga teachers, and most people know that the Western world has these funny yoga practices. I think there's even beer yoga someplace. There's different types of yoga, which is just people drinking beer and going into postures. But what about this? What about the rest of the practice of yoga? Okay, it's a good start. It's the same with Reiki. I must say, so many people have the watered down version of Reiki and not the entire practice, which I must say is also the path to samadhi, the path to enlightenment. But nobody knows that. They're just doing this. Go and watch the other YouTube videos on that one. Okay, so thank you so much for joining me on this YouTube channel, Healing the Planet from Within. It's my passion to help people improve their lives, expand consciousness, and raise their energy vibration. You can go over to my website, Healing the Planet from Within, get inspiration from my blog, download free personal development worksheets, scour through my YouTube channel, see what's there that really helps you make that click, that light bulb moment. And of course, as my podcast being released, I'd really like you to come on board my podcast community called Become the Healer. This is inviting you to become the healer of your life. And I know so many people, they come to me feeling stuck. What am I supposed to do? I don't know how to heal my life, or how can I improve my life, or what can I do to heal this part of my body, or what can I do I've got so many negative thoughts, what do I do with this, I give you all the knowledge I have on the topic, and I have a lot. I've done 24 years of research, experience, training. I've got university degrees in counseling and psychology, Reiki master for over 24 years, and an emotion coach practitioner, as well as Kundalini yoga teacher training. I mean, wow, okay. And, I work with clients doing energy healing, which I am slowly not doing because instead I would prefer if everyone did their own healing. So I want to teach it all to you. And I've got that accessible on my podcast, Become the Healer. If you're excited right now, go and look for it and then share it with your friends. So thank you for watching my video, and I look forward to seeing you and connecting with you in person in your country one day. Namaste. Hey, here I am in India right now, and I'd really appreciate you to come on my journey with me. Click down here, the subscribe button. That would be super great. Thank you so much. And then wander over here and click the comment. Make a comment, click the bell button, and follow me on this journey. Come on my journey with me. Let's deepen our spiritual journey together. You can see I've done this short. Hey, thanks for subscribing, guys. Namaste. You are struggling with something in life, but are looking for ways to heal. My goal is to help you find those ways. Welcome to my podcast, Become the Healer. My name is Santosha and I'm an advanced energy healer. This podcast will offer you guidance and support to heal your life, get unstuck from toxic patterns, and expand consciousness so you feel empowered to live a life you love.